It is a wonderful and a cool Saturday evening. Good evening, Ghana. Good evening, everyone watching us live. We are at Peace Chapel International, Nyameche, opposite Motorway Mothercare, and we are proud to bring you Family Matters. And on today's show, we promise you a very exciting and insightful program. We want to talk about some expectations that singles had before they got married. And now, whilst in marriage, what are the challenges and what are some solutions we can get and how we can go about them? So join us even as Family Matters gives you in-depthly what we need to know about the challenges of the young couple. Stay tuned. Make sure you share before we come back. Thank you.
If somebody leaves you and comes back, and you just left me to marry, and when the marriage got tougher and tougher, you are coming back. Foul through. Men marry with their eyes, whereas women, they marry with their ears. So when it comes to communication, those of you who are wives, be careful the way you dress in the night. When my wife and I go into bed, the way she dress, her dress is trying to talk to me. And so wives, you must know that your body belongs to Jesus and your own husband. It's a sin for you to sleep with a strange woman apart from your wife. If you say I'm not in the mood, what do you mean? If you are not in the mood, he is in the mood now. Give it to him. So you have about 4 billion women. You are supposed to marry one. The whole world is at your disposal. Don't make mistake. Why will you go for somebody's leftover? Don't go for leftover.
You are wondering, thinking and seeking answers. Are you single, married, or in a relationship? Do you have challenges bringing up your children in the godly way? Do you have challenges in your marriage? Then join us this very Saturday and every other Saturday at 7 p.m. on Family Matters, Peace Chapel, Facebook Live, and your family will take a good turn. Family Matters, redefining your homes.
Amazing word.
Ebenezer! Ebenezer! The God you serve is a rewarder and a recorder. Revelation 22:12. In this world, anything can happen to somebody. Therefore, if you are standing, be careful. Don't mind your mockers. Mind your God. Make Jesus your source. Don't make decision without him. Believe in God. If you don't keep your hope alive, you can never develop your faith. Anybody who use any charm or witch doctor against you and your family, back to the sender.
Amazing word with Bishop Bright Michael Adolfo this and every Sunday at 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. on UTV. Locate Peace Chapel International at the Nyameche Junction, Accra, opposite Motorway Mothercare. Peace Chapel International, our Father's house. Peace. Shalom.
Amazing word.
If somebody leaves you and comes back, and you just left me to marry, and when the marriage got tougher and tougher, you are coming back. Foul through. Men marry with their eyes, whereas women, they marry with their ears. So when it comes to communication, those of you who are wives, be careful the way you dress in the night. When my wife and I go into bed, the way she dress, her dress is trying to talk to me. And so wives, you must know that your body belongs to Jesus and your own husband. It's a sin for you to sleep with a strange woman apart from your wife. If you say I'm not in the mood, what do you mean? If you are not in the mood, he is in the mood now. Give it to him. So you have about 4 billion women. You are supposed to marry one. The whole world is at your disposal. Don't make mistake. Why will you go for somebody's leftover? Don't go for leftover.
You are wondering, thinking and seeking answers. Are you single, married, or in a relationship? Do you have challenges bringing up your children in the godly way? Do you have challenges in your marriage? Then join us this very Saturday and every other Saturday at 7 p.m. on Family Matters, Peace Chapel, Facebook Live, and your family will take a good turn. Family Matters, redefining your homes.
You warmly welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned. This again is Family Matters, proudly brought to you by Peace Chapel International. Family Matters, redefining your homes for glory. My name is Constance Oleki Bakete, and I'm your host for today's program. I want to encourage you that if you're online, kindly do well to share, like this page, create a watch party, or send your questions to 0554592569. Questions, suggestions, any ideas you have concerning today's topic. Today's topic is the challenges of the young couple. The challenges of the young couple. And we are here in the studio with beautiful women and our guest for today's program. So I'll quickly introduce them and then we head into today's program because there are lots of questions and I'm sure they are prepared and ready to answer them. So on my immediate left, I'll introduce the ladies first. I have Mrs. Esther Che Bafo. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. You're looking very beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. And so to my far left, we have another wonderful lady. She's also called Mrs. Augusta Nimo. You're welcome to Family Matters.
Thank you.
Yes. This is your second time
Yes, my
on the
second
show.
time, yeah.
Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. And we have the big man in the house consistently being our guest. He needs no introduction, actually. He's in the person of Bishop Bright Michael Adolfo Efo Salasi. People call him the marriage doctor, Efo Grace, a whole lot of names. But he's here to help us answer every question that we have. So do well to bring them in. Bishop, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being consistent on Family Matters.
To God be the glory.
Amen. All right, so viewers, let's wrap up. I want to encourage you. The topic for today is the challenges the young couples face. So do well to bring in your questions, your suggestions, your comments, your contributions in so that we give them to our panelists and our guests here in the show tonight so that we can roll in. But before we continue, I'd like to know, since our women here are married, we'd like to know how many years they've been married, the number of children, if any, and then the profession they are indulged in. So I'll start with Mrs. Augusta Nimo.
I'm married for 7 years.
Wow,
7 years, yes. Last week was my 7th year. 2nd November. Yes, thank you.
Wow.
With 3 children.
Hey.
Yes. I work with Cocoa Board in the IT department.
Wow.
Yes. As principal IS assistant, information systems assistant.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Mrs. Esther.
Hey, I'm also married for 13 years.
13 good years.
Yes, I have 3 kids.
Wow.
And then I work with Fidelity Bank,
Okay.
Tisano branch.
Wow.
Operation assistant.
Wow. That's powerful. So viewers, you can see that we don't have we have in the studio today mighty women, should I say so, women of valor, women who have been married, they have the experience. So these questions that are going to be thrown to them, I'm sure they are in the right position to answer because they have the experience and the years in marriage. All right, so for Bishop, I'm sure most people know, but for the benefit of doubt, those who are just joining us today, can you please tell us about the number of years you have been married? And in the number of children and probably what you do.
Almost 3 decades. 28 years.
Wow. 28 good years for Bishop. How many children?
And then plus 1 of what they said.
So they both have 3 kids. And so plus 1 is 4.
Yes.
Yes. Bishop has over them all. All right.
But they have not told you they finished. For me, I'm 55. They are still young. Their husbands are young.
Well, they sound like.
And watch this.
Yeah.
All the 2, I bless their marriages too.
Wow.
And so the prophecy of professor has come to pass.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Amen. All right, so let's move right into the topic. We are talking about the challenges the young couple face, challenges the couples face. So, as a single lady, I'm sure any other single also has expectations before getting married. And I'm sure when you were getting married, you had your own expectation. How has it been for you going into marriage and having expectations and now actually in the field? What would you say?
It wasn't easy.
So, did you have expectations?
Yes.
You did have expectations?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
But
then.
all I expected hasn't really come to pass. But I'm still hoping. And I know, yes, my expectations will definitely come to pass. Yes.
Wow. Was this Jay Bafo?
Thank you. I think everybody enters into marriage with an expectation.
Okay.
It's either to be loved or for children or for money or for other things.
Okay.
But for me, to get someone who will really love me and at all costs will able to take care of me at all costs.
At all
No
costs.
matter the situation. So I can say yes. We haven't gotten there, but we are almost there.
So they haven't gotten there, but they're expecting still. Even in marriage, they still have expectations.
Yeah.
So it's not 100% though, but I'm sure because the God of Peace Chapel is with them, they are enjoying their marriage. That's why you see them looking very beautiful.
What I would say is that to the young ones who have not married,
Okay.
listen to them. Marriage is a place, right? Let's say it's a city you have not been there before, right? And then when they are entering into it, they have a lot of expectations. And listen to both of them right now. Whoever want to marry must be able to know that it's not bad to have expectations. But your expectation must be realistic.
Realistic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I should do what?
In a way, it may happen.
So if you don't have this in mind, they say before warned, before armed. If you don't have this in mind, you may be disappointed, and probably in the beginning your dreams may be shattered. Hey, I'm saying that any part different, you know. Yeah, when we are courting, when we are dating, in community different. But fear is also different altogether. So as much as you have expectation as a Christian, you must be able to have a realistic expectation, not unrealistic. For example, you are living with your parents, and probably you think that your parents probably they are perfectionists, or they try to urge you to do whole lot of work, and you are expecting that I want to marry so that I can leave all this kind of work. You want to leave the work from what your parents give to you, and you want to run away from work. Ask them, if you marry, you are going to double your work. So my only piece of advice, per the introduction, every woman, every man, if you are single before you marry, have expectation, but give us or make sure you have realistic expectations. And if time comes in, I may give you some of the clue what I mean by realistic expectations.
Wow. Thank you so much. So you can have expectations though, but make sure, mind you, make sure that they should be realistic. So moving on, how do you strike the balance? As working class woman, a married woman with kids, and you know, you have your spiritual life too, or your personal relationship with God. How do you strike the balance?
It hasn't been easy, my sister.
Again,
Oh.
it hasn't been easy.
I have to wake up sometimes 3 to prepare breakfast, lunch.
3 a.m.
3 a.m. Yes.
3 a.m.
Yes. Else I'll be late for work.
Wow.
I'll be late. So I have to wake up, prepare breakfast, serve my husband, the children. My mom is taking care of the kids.
Okay.
So I have to see to her too because she's not well. She's
Well.
not well, yes. Before going to work. And coming back, sometimes I have to cook before going to bed. Yes.
And you have a husband
I have
too.
a husband to take
Okay.
care of too.
And work also has its own pressure.
As an IT person, it's not easy.
Yes. when the
it's
system
it's
begins
not
to
easy.
fail.
Especially last week. Oh, mister, easy cry.
So the question will be, how do you pull through? It's not easy, yes.
It's not
But
easy,
how do you pull through?
But God is always my strength. That's what I
Amen.
always say. Yes,
Amen.
He's always my strength. I don't know how I always do it, but I sometimes get surprised how, hey, I'm doing this. I don't have a house help. My husband don't want it, and me too. Also on peso.
Okay, so
So we are doing everything by ourselves.
for 7 years,
Yes,
no
we are
house help.
doing never.
Hey, you are
We are
great.
doing everything by ourselves. But he's really helping me.
Okay, supportive husband.
Very, 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 very supportive. He bathed the kids, take them to school when school was in yes. He does everything for me with
Okay,
coming to
okay.
yes. So I'm okay.
So what makes it easy is God being your strength,
Yes.
and a supportive
Yes,
husband,
yes.
and a wonderful mother too.
Yes.
Wow.
My mother is wonderful.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Cheibafo, what would you say about balance?
Balancing work with
Marriage,
and
children.
It's not easy, as she said. But you have to pay your bills and then buy food and other things. And you should also know that you were married before work, like you got a job. So you need to pay much attention to your husband, what he needs and other things. And then you should also know that you are responsible for your marriage.
Okay,
So you have to put things in
in
place.
place.
How am I going to balance my husband, my work, and my children? So it all boils down to shared responsibilities.
Shared responsibilities.
If you get an understanding husband who knows the type of job that you do, that you don't come home early, then let me also take it up to also help. You understand? When it comes to for the part of the children, I don't close early, so then you have to close early to pick the children and then take care of them. You don't wait for me to come and go to the kitchen, turning around in the kitchen only for me to get dinner settled while you are sitting in the hall, changing remotes as to where Chelsea and then Man U will be playing match.
Okay, so
You
Mrs.
understand?
Cheibafo, with that one, is it that you sit with your husband to agree on it, or it just comes automatically?
Both of you have to understand each
Okay,
other.
Yes.
okay.
It is understanding. Yes, and then respect. If you
And
respect your wife, you don't put all the house chores on her. She's also human. They expect her to
Be able
in
to
the
do
evening
everything.
to you bounce on her. You
Okay.
understand?
Okay.
So then,
Bounce on her.
so you see, you have to share responsibility. You don't have specific gender responsibility.
Okay.
You understand? So you have to share, and then everybody takes its part. It is all about understanding.
Understanding.
Yes.
Understanding.
What I want to chip in is that the men, we are looking for working class women to marry. I mean, most people, I want to marry somebody who will help me. But now, gone were the days, probably women, they say the men are the breadwinners. Today, no more. And you don't need to go to Aburochiri before you do that. It is happening here now. So if for a man out there, either you are Shanti man, ever man like me, then you need to know that there must be a form of compromise, minor adjustments with your wife. Yeah, so you can imagine, let's say IT and all of them working class women. I'm going to my own fee. Whatever fee I'm doing, I'm going to know the TV. Now I go house.
Chelsea.
Joe Biden, Donald Trump, and I will show. I'm going to move forward. This is a comeback. Learn how to cook. Very important, because it's not easy. And then let's help them. I love that. For me, I would rather, if I'm a young man, I've got married, I'd rather go for a working class woman who will help me, because don't forget, it's not easy to pay the bills alone. It is a but I don't know so also about one. So I want to make a point to me. Gender, you said what?
We don't have gender
Specific gender responsibilities.
Like in the olden days, we know
Yes.
men, it's their responsibility to pay fees, to
and
take care
that.
of their women. Kitchen is your no. These days, it is helping hand. You help me, I also help you. You are my helping We need to help
Each other. Yeah.
If I have the money, I have to know to pay fees, pay rent and other things. Me too, if I'm in the corner, very tight in the corner at the kitchen, you have to also help me. Come help me, wash the dish and take care of the kids, bathing them and other
Yes.
stuff.
All right. That's well said. I want to chip in a question. What if you have a husband who doesn't see what you are seeing, or who doesn't understand that he has to come in
But as
the
for
way
me,
you are
I
saying?
saw that my husband will see what I'm seeing.
So I'm standing in for a woman whose husband doesn't see it
It's
that
ve-
way.
it
What
will
will
be
she do?
very
That's the
difficult.
challenge.
It will be very difficult. Myself, I'm schooling, working.
Oh, so
and I was
aside your
breastfeeding.
IT,
So in March,
Wow.
my BP was going up and up and up. My BP was going up and up and up. So when I went to the clinic, the doctor said, I should calm down, stop breastfeeding, the schooling, I should
really relax.
relax, and the house chores too. And I said, oh, my husband is really helping me. And he said, no. So if you have a husband who is not helping you and you are doing all these things, my sister, you will die.
Soon.
Soon. You will die.
So, Bishop, a woman going through having all these pressures or responsibilities on her head, or a partner having all these responsibilities on their head, and then not having a supportive partner, or yes, a partner to support them or understand them as these beautiful women have wonderful husbands. What should that woman do? Because it's the woman's challenge.
It's a cross that she need to carry.
Hey.
What can you do? That is why, so by this, give me such a very unusual answer. It is prudent on young girls, young women, before you enter, you got to take it easy. Don't just marry anybody. Because I listened to them, for example, what she said and what they have said. They were able to depict something special, unique about these men in question. That's why they are saying what they are saying. So if you didn't consider some of these acts and now here you are, the man is not helping you. It's a cross you need to carry. That's number one. Number two, one thing that you can also do is probably, if you're a Christian, then you must be able to see a counselor. I mean, if that will help little by little, because human beings, we are dynamics, but there can be a change, But it's not going to be easy for such a woman. No, we are going to have a lot of conflict and other stuff, because you are going to be exhausted, you are going to be tired. And if for Nigeria, I am tired.
And soon you may die.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then many things can happen, and the joy of the marriage probably will be stolen away because of the tiredness and the boredom and frustration, and there will be no romance. And so the challenge today is that don't just marry any man. That's the thing. Don't marry because no. And you don't go by that. You see, no. You must be able to marry an understanding man. How? God must be your source. And then open your eyes, shine your eyes.
Watch and pray.
Watch and pray. You are entering a relationship of no return. And just because I mean, for example, if your wife, let's say the husband will come home and go and pick the kids early, close his store, because both of them too, their husbands are working. Everybody, the husband, yes, all busy. Everybody is in a big company, but you need to do that. I was just talking to her in the brief, and he said the husband brought the kids and other stuff right quick. So it's not easy right now. School, I mean, combination of everything. But the truth is that if we're a man and your wife is working and you say you won't help her, whom are you deceiving? Because all this kind of work that they are doing, at the end of the day, if your wife dresses well, it is you who take the honor.
It's to your credit.
Yes, credit. So it will be suicide on your part to slow her progress. Yes, so we also want to encourage the men, please give helping them to your wife. It will help you.
And be understanding.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So viewers, we are talking about the challenges young couples face. And so far, the ball has been rolling and it's getting very interesting and insightful. I'm learning a lot. I want to encourage you, watching, thank you so much for watching in the first place. If you are watching and you know a relative, a friend, a neighbor is not online, kindly share the link to them. Encourage them to join in on Family Matters Facebook Live as Peace Chapel, and they'll be there. And if you are watching, do well to bring your questions, your suggestions, your comments on the challenges the young couples face. And I'm sure we are going to have a good time. I want to acknowledge some people in here. We have Mame Sewa Boateng, Bishop Oko, Vicentia Aqua Hagan, Ellen Boahen, Gabriel Adolfo, Dorothy Ama. Ellen Boahen says, wonderful ladies with wonderful husbands. Kudos. Yes, indeed. Emilia Dansoa is watching. Kofi Amwa, Lizzie Grace, and Sam Boahen. We are grateful to you all for consistently joining in on Family Matters. We appreciate your time and effort and your love to Family Matters. Don't forget our questions. And you can also send it to 055-459-2569, 055-459-2569. And I'm sure we are going to answer them. So, as we began, I think that we've made a couple of points. And one point Mrs. Cheba for Rose was that about bills, paying bills. Because being busy as a woman or as a partner, you still go out and come back. And then you bring whatever you went to get out into the marriage. Yes. And let's talk about finances. How is the responsibility or finances supposed to be shared among you? Because I realize that money in itself brings a lot of controversies and challenges. So how do we go about it? Mrs. Nimo.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Myself and my husband, we do everything together.
Oh, wow.
Yes. School fees. Sometimes if I need something, I'll ask him. If he needs something, I know. Then if I have, then I give.
Wow.
I don't wait, especially going to the market. I don't wait for him to give me money. When he gives me, thank you.
Wow.
But when he doesn't, I know he doesn't have it. When he gets, he will give me. But women nowadays, they say, I have a friend who says that, oh no dear, one man is sick, you eat.
You meet empty table.
Yes, you meet empty
with
table.
Empty plates.
You meet empty everything. And then your children will starve.
Oh.
You have to come back and give money for your kids, which I know it's wrong.
No.
Because they are my children too.
Yes.
So I have to take the responsibilities of everything. Taking care of them, giving them their clothes, shoes, everything. Food, everything. And even if it comes to a point that I have to help him pay the fees, I do.
You do?
Yes.
So that's how come you get to understand each other.
Yes.
Okay. Mrs. Chebafo.
Okay, with the finances, I think for me, you need to be transparent to your partner. Yeah. You should make things clear for your partner. How much you earn at the end of the month, so that both of you can sit down and draw your scale of preference. What you need, what you don't need. Well, I might have what I need. He also
may have his own.
So then you all put into consideration when you are deciding. Not that you put some money aside to do other things without his knowledge. You understand?
Okay.
So for me, you need to be transparent. Bring your money together, as she said. If it is a joint account, no one withdraw money without the consent of the other. You understand?
Wow.
So that you make it clear what the money is going to be used for. And then you make sure you account for it. In that case, there will be peace at home.
There will be peace at home. So accountability, being transparent, right? And then putting your money together. So I'm sure this is a Christian platform. This is, of course, Peace Chapel International, and everything we are doing is supposed to be based and is backed with the Word of God. So we are not going contrary to the Word of God. These beautiful women here are sharing their experiences, and they are saying that for them, transparency is key with finances. Just so you don't have any challenges. Challenges may come, but in the aspect of finances, you should be transparent and bring your preferences together. Set your priorities right. Let your partner know what you need and what he also needs. Then you sit down and then know when to come in. So as Mrs. Nemo said, she supports her husband when the need be. So they do everything together. And I think it will bring little or no challenge in the area of finances. So Nana Sabin says, I am here. Oh. Okay, I see you. Shepherd Bonnie Portia is watching. Asante Man says, please, this question goes to Bishop. As a young man or woman, do you marry someone you love or someone who loves you? Thanks.
Both.
Hey.
A young man, you want to marry somebody. You must want somebody you love.
You must marry somebody you love.
Why will I marry somebody that I don't love but he loves me?
There is this notion that if the person loves you, the person comes in for you and does a lot for you. So you don't even struggle in the marriage.
That's a lie. Listen.
Okay.
Human being, we like changes.
All right.
For example, you buy phone and then you say, even iPhone.
Yes.
You buy iPhone 6. You want iPhone 10. Now I have iPhone 11.
Okay. You want
Eventually, iPhone surely iPhone 12. Santima will buy me one. This is a prophecy. Okay. You rent apartment. Let's say you hire or rent apartment, 2-bedroom at La Paz. You say no, I want Ligo. I want Pokuasi.
We are always aiming high.
Okay. You wear this clothes. Ask these ladies. They change clothes. You can look at them and their wardrobe. Because of that, if you are not committed, if you are not in love with the woman, because only married that we don't change. She married for 13 years, she have married for 7, and we have married almost 30 years. Still counting.
Bishop, can you repeat that line? Only marriage.
Listen, I said human being will like changes.
Okay.
That's my premises.
Good.
But you can't change your wife.
So it's only in marriage that there is no change.
And because you can't change your wife or husband,
partner.
you must be able to make a deliberate, conscious effort. Which is commitment. So commitment simply means that I am in love with you.
Wow.
If not, if the person also is committed to you, you are not committed to that person, you can't go far.
Wow.
So for me, I will never encourage anybody, well, if you are for me, no. It doesn't work that way. Because I make answer as I say. So for me, looking at the dynamics of human mind and the way we are, it is prudent on us to have both sides.
Both sides.
I love you. As a matter of fact, if you want to go further, biblically, Ephesians 5:21, the Bible says, the 21 is mutual submission, but the 22 says, husbands, love your wife. So in a way, it will be suicidal for any woman to say that, well, my husband doesn't love, this man doesn't love me, but I love him. No, so it must be the opposite way. The man's supposed to love, and as I love my wife, then if she realizes or she experiences genuine love, then she will respect me. So as a young man, it is your duty to love. So if for a man, don't marry any woman that you don't love.
Okay.
No.
If
not
you're a
at
man,
all.
Don't marry any woman you don't love.
If you marry such a person, biblically you are outside, and because of that, it won't work for you.
It won't work.
Bema do iri I will say, me iri na do me. Wenya. Now also as a man you can say, and the chante, that's the thing for me. It's good
I think that this question is for the singles.
Yes. So
like
that's a good question.
Marriage, yes.
Yeah, so if you are a single young man, don't look at the woman's status. The girl in question, she is brilliant, she has a good job, but you don't love her, but she loves you.
She loves you.
No, it is anti-scripture. And anything outside scripture, the future is not going to work well. Okay. So the men supposed to love. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Bishop, I've spoken with some few men at my workplace, and 2 of them told me that men don't laugh.
They say men don't laugh. Okay, naturally, listen, naturally, every human being is selfish, including men. Naturally. Okay. Because the love that they are talking about, what is love? It's not about feeling, no. Love is decision making. Love is commitment. Simply means I am in love with you, notwithstanding what you do. That's deep. So if somebody says that, in a way, he has a point. Because it is not natural for a man to laugh. No. Because I need market role. But the truth is that we don't have any choice. God says we should love. Okay, listen. For Jesus to tell us to love simply means that we don't have love. Okay. That's why he has told us to laugh. So if something that we can do, he will never encourage you to do that.
Wow.
So you go to the Bible, for example, Ephesians 5. The Bible encourages wives, only 3 verses. Ephesians 5, 22 to 25. But as for men, 8 verses. 8. If you like, check. Acts 5, Ephesians 5, 21, 31. 3 verses go for wives, whereas 8 verses goes for husbands. So meaning, remember, your problem. Yeah, so your problem.
Thank you. So that's how much premium even God puts or places on the efforts or the importance of love in marriage. So, Mr. Santoman, I'm sure your question has been answered, and thank you so much for asking this question. Chioma is watching. Chioma says, I like the session. Thank you so much. Isaac Midza is watching. William Ening is watching. Nana Sabin says, showing appreciation for everything your partner does is very important. And he goes on to say, so not showing appreciation at all is a challenge in young couple. And Rita Chiaki is watching. And Asanteman is saying that, is marriage about love or understanding? So I want us to take the showing appreciation aspect. Nana Sabin says showing appreciation is a challenge for the young couple. So please, can we talk about it? How is that a challenge? And how can we go about it? Mrs. Chebafo.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't think showing appreciation is a bad thing to do. For instance, you got married. The man bought 6 pieces of cloth for you. Since then, since then we have been married for, let's say, more than 5 years.
Okay.
No shopping. And then out of the blue, out of the moon, of the blue, then he comes home with things that you want.
Wow.
What is wrong for you to show appreciation to your husband?
Like how? What appreciation can you show?
A lot, my
yes,
dear.
go on.
Some haggis and kisses. And if possible, you can move straight away to the room to show your appreciation.
Wow.
You understand? So appreciation is you can also buy something for your husband.
In exchange.
In exchange. You know your husband needs this. You don't have to wait for him to buy it. But then you go out and you see something good for your husband. You can buy it for him.
Also showing appreciation.
To also show appreciation. So one, by buying things, by saying thank you, or by gestures, by
doing something
kissing,
special,
hugging, and then you go extra mile.
Okay, for your husband.
Exactly.
Wow, thank you. Is this
you know? Nowadays, most of our men and women don't know how to say thank you. It's in most marriages.
Okay.
Saying thank you, it's very difficult.
Wow.
For some of which I don't know why.
Why?
You are with your partner and the person buys you, thinks about you and buys you stuff. At least saying thank you.
What if the partner thinks, I'm standing in for the other partner. What if the partner thinks that it's your responsibility as my husband or wife?
No, it's not a responsibility to buy something for your spouse.
Okay. Because some spouse don't buy.
No, they don't.
So, my dear.
Your responsibility.
Yeah. You need to dress your wife.
Okay.
You have to let her look good. When she goes outside and they are praising.
And some men, and most men don't do, my sister.
So they have to do it.
They don't.
And this is the case he did it.
So
he did it. So you have to really show appreciation.
Exactly.
Whether it's a responsibility or not, there's a need for showing
appreciation.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because even if a child has something and a child gives to an elderly person, the child awaits that.
And we have to do that to train the children. Saying thank you. Small kiss, you know that.
Wow.
So that the children will be learning that
you need to show
appreciation to everything. Yeah.
I'll just add something small to it.
Go on.
Don't wait till your husband buys you something big before.
Before.
Something small. Even if your husband have an affair with you, that one too say hello, darling.
Thank you.
Oh yes. Why must you? But you know what? Somebody called me, bank manager, woman with doctorate. Say, Daddy, I've been listening to you for 10 years. For 7 years, my husband has never had an affair with me. Every time I visit him, because he too is a big man, he has his own company. I go there and see women parading themselves. 7. And according to her, when I'm going to visit my husband, I carry my own Jeep with everything in there. But he doesn't take care of me. So for you, for husband to say how now on the bed, thank him. So don't wait to buy anything before. So let us learn.
It is two-way affair.
Yes, but no, wait. We don't go there now. I am saying I just make a premise that don't wait for bigger things. Okay. I didn't say only the wife should. No. And I'm saying don't wait for bigger things. Okay. Anything, and this is not only for the wives, for all of us. Okay. But the way you guys were talking, boy, he has gone out there, he has bought. No. Don't look for that things like that. Right in the morning, even for him to pay your bride price alone. You say, Cherry needs some hugs this evening, and your husband. It's important though.
They've done that already.
Making a big point here.
Yes.
I think when you have sex with your husband and say thank you, and it's even he will be trying to do something that you'll be happy. It's like then I'm in your mouth, then there goes.
So it's you.
So you're making a point.
That is the secret. Wow, thank you so much. It's been wonderful. So there's another question by Asante Man. He says, is marriage about love or understanding?
Well, for me, the word love is incorporated. You can dive into it, you can digest, you can analyze it. So it involves or it includes understanding. Yes. Both must work hand in hand. To understand simply means knowledge. And but if this question, all these two, the Bible ascribed to the men. Okay. 1 Peter 3:7. Husbands, dwell with your wives with understanding. Ephesians 5:22. Husband, love your wife. So marriage goes with all the two. And it is primary to the husbands, to their wives. You must be able to know who a woman is. Listen to them, for example. It doesn't matter how much you give a woman. Something small, very important.
Just the little thing.
Yes, you have built her a house. You have bought her a car. And then you come home, she's struggling in the kitchen. Understanding, knowing them. Go inside, hey, hi dear, sit down. Can I do something? And then you help. Those small things is what it's like it put them on and on and on. Yes. So our husbands, we need to have understanding and love.
So that means both are very important. Love
both are very important.
And understanding are needed in marriage. Very vital. Thank you so much, Bishop. Daniel Mensah is watching. Victor Boafo is watching. Vicentia Aquahagan says, secret keeping is a challenge. Secret keeping is a challenge. I don't know if you get what she's saying.
Yes, secret keeping.
Can you speak about it?
Yes, my husband doesn't talk. So that's my biggest challenge.
He doesn't talk?
No, he keeps everything to himself.
That is, he has been wired differently.
Yes, the temperament.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so he keeps things to himself.
And you are extrovert.
Yes, me I can talk. One person.
Yeah.
So that is why God put you together.
To strike the balance. All right. So secret keeping.
Okay, for me, I think keeping secrets is a good thing. Yeah.
In marriage.
In marriage. I mean, okay, when it comes up about your past experience.
Okay.
What is it about? Is it?
She just said secret keeping is a challenge. So I think we can take it from two ways. The first way is with what Mrs. Nimo just said about within the marriage. One person keeping to himself or herself.
He keeps everything to himself. Unless I hear it from outside and I ask him, like I said, okay.
All right.
Don't forget that your topic is challenges for the young couple. Yes. So these young couple are bringing the challenges.
Yes. Secret keeping is a challenge.
Yeah. So in her case, the husband is not secretive, but by nature, by the way he has been wired, he's introvert. So such a person, if you have a husband who doesn't open up too much, that I'm happy that you are extrovert, you must be able to create all the time. Hello, darling. So
Bishop, sometimes it's boring, no?
But now you need to, don't forget you are the helper.
It's very
So
boring.
you must keep on doing that. So her case is a different thing.
Okay.
But you need to keep on doing the talking.
And
Don't underestimate his temperament. In other words, respect him the way he has been wired. But keep on doing the talking. Or one more trying to
I think your husband is even here. He's kwekunimo. He says, "Wow, I'm loving the program. Kudos to my wife."
Yes.
I'm sure he has heard you.
Yes, and the audience say, you see, communication two sides. On Kasai, what the first say, you come from work, you have a good bath, you put on nice perfume, and then you just put your nice, simple, extravagant nightie, and then whatever he is, he just go. Just
Maso.
okay, no. Now, now let's go to the secret thing.
Yes, the secret.
That is a challenge. Now, the word secret is relative. There are some things, for example, I used to have like girlfriend, and then I've married you. Why will I go and tell this? Well, you used to be my girlfriend. It doesn't make sense. Or a woman, you have had some series of boyfriends, and then you tell this your husband that, hey, before I met you, I had a guy with you, and then one day, why would you say that? Those things must not come.
Oh, okay.
Bygone.
Yes.
The Bible says, since we didn't know, God has overlooked Acts 17:30. So that's it. But the secret that is too damaging is that if I have a husband and my wife, he must be able to open up his vision and give to me.
Okay.
Because that's a big challenge. Gone were the days, some husbands die some untimely death, and the wife died, he claiming long, and the children became nothing.
Because they know nothing about.
So secret, this is too damaging. Your wife must be able to know your accounts, your money, your income, your life, and opposite is
Properties.
true. Open up. You must be able to talk about your life. So that kind of secret is too damaging.
Okay.
You can add more.
Okay, there's another secret aspect where maybe one of the partner has a child from wedlock in the past. Must the partner not bring that in?
That one is, it must not be secretive.
Okay.
No. The truth is that if you propose to a woman, you want to marry me, yes, I'll marry you, but I want you to know, I don't have a womb. My Fabulous tube have been taken away. Fabulous is off, or I have 2 kids. Those things might be explained first.
No.
Don't try to hide it. But this secret thing for the young couple has nothing to do with kids or your past, but has to do with your present.
Okay.
Present. That some wives, they don't know what their husband earned. They don't know anything their husband is doing. And in most cases, the secret is not the wives, but largely the husbands.
Amen. Okay.
Remember, the name is the papa. I can't imagine you open your life to this woman, you sleep with her every day, you are naked, and your money, you are hiding it. What is wrong with your head?
Bishop, don't you think some of the men thinks some women are too demanding?
But how will you? For me, there must be no condition. That they have a point. As a matter of fact, some have come to me where daddy, if immediately I show her my pay slip, 4,000 Ghana.
Start demanding.
I want this head. I want this, that. I want that. That is unwise wife. Yes. When you see money, you don't demand, because the husband is supposed to help you, supposed to take care of you. But you have a point. But those excuses, I don't want the husbands to dwell on that. That my wife is demanding. When you got one name, you didn't only.
Sometimes maybe they are doing some projects be somewhere.
So then the advice will be, if for a wife, don't be over demanding. When you see your husband has something, in other words, you must be able to position yourself in a way for your husband to open up to you. So it simply means that wives, we have a duty.
Okay.
If openness can be order of the day, the way we comport ourselves, like over demanding and that stuff might be thing of the past, and also courtesy and manners ought to be applied. But you have a point.
Okay. Thank you. And as Kweku Dapa says, thanks for educating. Victor Boafo says, I love this. And Kweku Nimo again says, Bishop, you have said it all. Thank you to you all for watching. I see Regina Adele, Kofi Pencil, Harriet Amponsa, Adwasi, Chris Success, and Mary Apia also watching. Keep your questions, your comments, contributions coming on the challenges of the young couple. This is Family Matters, and we are happy that you are live with us. So we want to move on, looking at how you all have responsibilities and burdens in addition with the family, husband, and everything. Doesn't it get boring for the past 7 years, for the past 13 years, for the past 28 years? Doesn't this everything get boring? And how do you strive through and make it interesting? I'm talking about your marriage.
The marriage.
Yes.
Sometimes it's boring.
Okay. So
When
it's a challenge.
Yes, it's a very big challenge. That's when the other partner don't always want to talk. Maybe
So communication.
communication. You know, if you're always communicating, you know the children, they worry. As for the children, they'll make the home fun. But both of you, me, my children, they sleep around 7. Like 7, no more. So after sleeping, you too, we have to have fun.
Yes.
Like talk.
Yes.
Talk about something, about the kids, the family, everything, our families. It makes me a be
Yes.
But this is the case, if Bibisa and you
It's a challenge. You'll be
Yeah.
tired of this.
You'll be
whole
tired of the
system.
home, everything about the house. You'll be tired.
Yeah.
But if you know when you are talking, you cry, it was away time. The time you say, then we go to bed.
Wow.
Stuff.
All right. Was this J Bafo?
Okay, for me, if you are able to get a husband who helps in whatever you do, for instance, like I initially said, if that is not my responsibility, if that is my wife's responsibility, I need to help. Like for instance, in the kitchen, or things about the house, the household chores. You know. Whilst your wife is doing this, you're also helping doing that. And then you realize that you don't get bored, you don't get tired, because you are getting a helping hand. So then it doesn't get bored. You enjoy your marriage. But whereas the man doesn't help, he leaves everything for you to do. And then for you to get bed too, he wants to have sex with you. And then this is where it brings a lot of challenges in the marriage. Then outside.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow.
But for then, if you come together, you know that this is what we have to do. You come together, you do joint things together. I don't think the marriage will be boring.
Wow.
I don't think so.
Bishop, can you please come in?
Well, are you okay? Well, let's begin with what Mrs. Nimoja said. I'm sure those of us who are husbands, we have a major challenge that how can I be in the house and my wife is boring? No way. Me that way the cry recently heard from my children. I can't smell. How can I be bored? How can I be there? My wife is bored. No way. Your husband, it is your duty to make her happy. The truth is that the Bible says 2 are better than 1. Whoever has found a wife has found a good thing. So, Proverbs 18:22, Ecclesiastes 4:9, marriage is a good thing. And if good, why will boring set this place into the relationship? So let us communicate. Let us tear the marriage. Let us do things that bring new things in the marriage.
Like what?
For example, once a while, what is wrong if your let's say let me take your example. Your mom is around helping your kids. One day, Mr. Nimo, my son was able to take you one day. You don't sleep in the house for 3 days.
Weekend.
Yes, I'm telling him. I'm daring you too. That's those things.
Punchline.
Once a while, so that you change the atmosphere.
Yes, change
Now,
the
baby,
environment.
and all the men. Yes, it's important. I know you guys are doing very well. You are happiness, but for me, anyway, let's do that. Not only again, generally, let us be creative, innovative. The way we have sex. Initiate it.
But not always the men.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, I need the
Flirt with him.
Yes.
As if you don't have anyone. He's the only person you have.
Wow.
So you let him enjoy it. You know, it's like men when they are coming home. No, hey, I'm going to meet my nagging wife. You know, don't be a nagging wife. Try to compromise. You know, in all aspects, compromise.
Wow.
And then your husband will enjoy you. Yes. And then when they put gold in you, he will choose you over gold.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow. So flirt with your husband. Hey.
Every day, especially in this part of the world, me couldn't live better. This is wrong.
It's very
You two go and have an affair with him.
Early in the morning, you send pictures. The type of style you want to. How do you like it? No, yeah, no, but that's how we do feel now. The mind is set. And then the piano is how powder.
Not the
Yeah, no. No, say now when a diamond pass. But this splash be Papa B. Put the whole ready for the action.
This is too deep. These wonderful women are making the show very interesting.
Okay, Mamu Tiana, all young couple, are you listening? Yes, very, very important. Wow.
This is
Bishop, this time around, and crying about almost hard you to say, oh, you're a married woman.
Because you don't read.
Yes.
Have time, go to the net to read, know the type of styles
yes.
that your man wants. Not always you are lying the man on top. And you know that when you explore, it is where you get you know where your feeling is.
Yes.
okay.
And it's not always lying down. The only feeling is about that or no.
Yes.
What about you? It is a two-way affair. You need to have your share. You understand?
Hey, this one there, I'm new. They are blowing my mind. Overtaking.
Wow.
Hey,
This is
these two girls need to come again. Wow. Please talk to the ladies.
Yes.
Kwefuni says, I hear you, Bishop Kenneth Asante is watching.
Was watching. That's a good one.
And Kwame Sechi, young couples should also try and avoid negative comments, especially when you are worried or angry. Hurtful comments create emotional wounds that take time to heal. Kwekunimo says, we are listening, Pa Bishop. Hey.
Okay, so this man is from Belgium.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So she's now coming back to another challenge in young couples.
Yes.
Negative communication.
Negative communication.
Yes, that's important. Wow. Yeah, so the boring thing. So I have married for almost 28 years. I've never smelled one. Only this children, because I've never even heard that word in my
Bishop, I think with the boring, it's not about your wife being boring, but it's about the system.
And I'm saying,
doing everything like you go to work, you come back, you come
The
home,
routine is
cook
the same
routine. Yes.
that routine thing, I've never smelled it in my life. I have never. I just heard the word from my children. That light off, Wi-Fi, I'm bored. I'm saying, hey, me that. So what am I trying to say? Like what our daughters have just said. The husband and wife must be able to be creative, do things differently.
Yes.
Can you imagine that you come home, your wife is tired, and he's doing something. When you go and help her, she can never feel bored. Yeah. Now we just go about so on your day. That's it. So we all be bored. So little things that we can help each other. That's the thing. And then if the man is the one who is paying all the bills, he can also feel bored. Exactly. So it's hand in hand. Yes. You see, helping hands and other stuff.
So
and
initiating something new.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
The
and
same.
You made mention of reading, searching on the net.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to
Finding
really search information about what is trending.
Yes,
in marriages.
trending. So that when he goes out and hears other
Yes.
people talking about, he
Yes,
knows that
he knows that
you are
will
well
be my wife.
informed.
Yes.
Very important.
Mr. Akahegan says, Mrs. Cheba, for great talk on sex. Avaga Jr. from Poma Prensila says, you need to have your share. I like it. Nana Sabin says, Medasawaho from Mrs. Sabin. So thank you so much, viewers. Thank you for making time with Family Matters. Thank you so much for your questions, your comments, your contributions. Keep them coming. Don't stop. So please, let's go ahead with another challenge of the young couple. You see, we are talking about we having children and everything. But in the case of a young couple who have been married for some years and do not have children yet, it's a challenge because we are going to bring family issues in and maybe in-laws. You know, how should that person handle the issue with not having a child in marriage after some years?
Go ahead.
Okay. As a couple, you should know that children are a gift from God. And that if you have married for so many years and there are no children coming, that shouldn't break your bond. You need to pray to God and believe that one day you will have one.
Wow.
But then, if you are waiting and you think you cannot wait any longer, you can also use other means to get one. You understand?
Okay.
You can go for artificial,
IVF,
exactly,
in vitro
exactly,
fertilization.
or you can even go for adoption. It's not only, you know, there are children there who needs mother and father
Yes,
from people.
parents,
Exactly.
Orphans, they are orphans.
So you can also show your love by going in for one, and then it's okay. And it will marvel you that through showing caring to that orphan, God can even open way for you to get yours.
Yes.
You understand? So for me, having issues, and not just say, so that everybody knows
Know
that
that you are in need of a child.
Charlie, put yourself together. Make yourself attractive. It is when you don't look yourself attractive that your husband will, "Oh, why don't I go elsewhere
Out to exploit
and
and try with another person
to
and
get
see.
one?" But then if you are, you know, the two of you know that children are gifts from God, and then you pray, God will do it.
God
This shouldn't
will
break
do
the
it.
bond.
God will do it.
And then you said what? Issue with what?
In-laws. So let's finish dealing with the challenge with not having
Challenge is
children.
not having children.
And
Me,
how
I
to go
believe
about it.
children, they are from God. So you have to pray and visit the hospital if necessary. Check yourselves.
Yes.
You know, some couples don't match.
Yes, yes.
Relating
They are
to blood,
incompatible.
Yes, they don't. They are black.
And
they
we
don't
have
match.
low sperm
You
count.
see,
and
today
all
I
that.
went to the nail salon and the lady was talking to her sister. Lady was talking to her sister, telling her that their other sister got married in May last year. And after the marriage, the husband is a pastor at ICGC. And the husband's friend, who is also a pastor, told the husband that if he gives birth with the wife, the children are going to be sickless. Like,
Okay.
ayarefo. Ayarefo. So money had no say.
Obewo.
On any because ne bush for me abefo.
Oh.
And you see this the challenge about winning. I'm our band the CSC the Hebron. Prayer camp, airport, empire. And yet
It's a challenge.
it's a very big challenge, my sister.
So I think knowledge too is deficit
Yes,
here.
yes.
So if the couple are knowledgeable about these things health-wise,
Yes.
that's you need to go, as she's
Yes.
saying, Mrs. Nimo is
You
saying,
need
to
to go,
check
to check.
whether you are compatible,
Compatible,
whether the
yeah.
man is okay.
Okay.
And we have a lot of hormonal drugs that help both the woman and the man to make them fertile.
Fertile, yeah.
Yes. And then also you can also adopt and all that and pray, as Mrs. Chebafo said. Boshaba Aidan says, Asempa. Albert Kwesi Kumsi says, if the presenter reading from the tab is not married, then I'm sure she will bring me back to the church full time. Okay, not that I'm not a Christian. I am, but surely she will let me stay in my teenagehood church again. I don't really get this, but Bosheba Aidan says, watching from my one corner in Obi Manso. Eric Entry is watching. Patricia Efum is watching. Chumwa Harriet is watching. Thank you all so much for coming online. So can we talk about the issue of in-laws?
In-laws.
Before that, let me get keep it. Children are gifts from God, number one. I said in my preamble, before you enter into marriage, your expectation, make it realistic. Because for the kind of work I've done for some time, it appears not everybody may have a child. It is a difficult word to say, but that's the truth. Not everyone. It's not in the Bible that way. But by my experience, some people, they have prayed, they have done everything, but they don't have anything to show. As a matter of fact, if you want to go there, so people I can't mention their name. Men of God who has brought churches that have become like institutions. They didn't have a child, but now they have like millions of followers.
Yes.
What are you going to say about that? So realistically, when we are entering into marriage, you must be able to have all this in mind.
So you should be prepared that you
Yes.
may not.
The truth is that in marriage counseling, health issues ought to be considered. But during the training, I want to marry. So, and yes, one of them just said, some people enter into marriage because of money, children or something. Those things, it is likely one of them you may not. Yes, so don't have that kind of high expectation. Now, don't get me wrong. I have faith in God. I believe in God. I'm talking about realities in the world. So go into marriage expecting God to bless you. But like I beg they go, Daniel 3, we know the God we serve can save us. But in case he refuses, I'm entering into marriage expecting children. But in case children fail to come, I'm still be committed to this man. Unfortunately, most women, most wives, when children are not forthcoming, they change their mood because their husband are giving them wahala. They don't dress anymore. So those are the things I will encourage you. And if a husband, never divorce your wife because you don't have issues with her. Yeah.
Thank you. So if your husband, never divorce your wife because of the issue of childbearing. All right. So can we go now to the issue of in-laws and other relatives? Let's say that because some people have challenges with in-laws and other relatives coming into their marriage, especially for a young couple.
Yes, it's
What
true.
can we say about that?
As for that, it's both of you, the couple. You need to sit down and decide on who is coming and who is going and who is staying. Because some men and some women, they'll just bring a relative in the marriage. Oh, I need better now.
Without the knowledge
Yes.
of...
And it's going to break the woman's heart.
Wow.
Which may be your bad, may be your baby.
May cause
May
confusion.
cause confusion. Me, unfortunately, all my two in-laws, they are gone. And my husband has only a sister
Okay.
who lives in Kumasi and his brothers. So I don't have a
Have
problem.
that- yes,
Any
okay.
challenge
Okay.
that, but some people are really facing.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Mrs. J. Bafo.
Okay, it's all about character. Having a good character, and then living happily with your in-laws or extended family. There are some people that no matter what you do, will not please them. But for me, they are not the reason of you in the marriage.
The marriage.
It is your husband. Do you understand? So for me, you don't pay much attention to them. All that you have to do.
But this is the case. Maybe one or two may come and live with you.
Okay, we will come
Yes.
To that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, where they are living with you or
No, the challenge is general. I don't know whether
Okay.
they come in to live or even if they poke their noses into your
yeah.
business.
So for me, okay, it is they'll put their nose because right from onset, You did not draw the boundary.
Okay.
You should let them know their boundary. You don't have to involve them in your decision making.
Okay.
You understand? If you don't do that, in the near future you regret. You understand? So then you draw the boundary. If they are coming in, tell them, please, where they are liar. You understand? So then it boils down to character. You need to be nice with your in-laws. You understand? I have said that some in-laws, no matter what you do,
Okay.
but for me, it's your husband that we are
You are
married. So
married.
ignore them and then, no worry.
Why is it difficult
What
to-
you have to do is to respect them. And no.
difficult to ignoring your in-laws?
Exactly. You should
You
know.
know some in-laws, eh?
Okay.
The
then,
more you ignore them, the more they.
So then you should know the kind of in-law that you have. If you know you have an in-law who is so bossy, who is so authoritative,
Okay.
who is so domineering, you should know. Then you know how you
to
live.
relate with
Exactly.
them.
You understand?
And that, I think Bishop has said this before. What if that person was your mother? You see, he says something about making in-laws like your parents.
Your parents,
So if your in-law offends you, take it as if your mother has offended you. So I'm sure Bishop wants to say something about in-laws, the challenge.
I use the root over 16 as a scenario that when you marry, see your in-laws as your parents. Having said that, by my experience, there are some people, no matter what
You do.
you never mind you. So what you need to do is, number one, love Jesus and love your partner and have value for in-laws. That's it. And then, but make sure your commitment is absolute to your husband or to your wife, so that you don't allow them to deter you. Because other people, they mind the opposition, and because of that, they lose their position. If you mind your opposition, you lose your position. So don't give much premium to them, but respect them and value them. But hey, as we just said, it's not easy. I mean, my wife had lived with my family people like 14 years, 13 years. Wow. Girls. But there was no problem with the girls. None of them utter a negative word to them. No, to her, not at all. But I'm sure one of my brother was behaving a bit. So then I need to put more discipline to him as well.
But
So
some men won't do, Bishop.
I mean, they'll do. How well?
If their families come in and start misbehaving,
Hey,
you just keep quiet.
it's you know.
They even allow
You
them.
don't want to offend.
Yeah.
Say something to offend.
This one, they am not offending you. This is my house now. For example, like me, by the grace of God, I am Bishop Ado because of Jesus. I didn't come to this world, Accra, with money from family.
Okay.
I know you have not contributed in my life. It is only Jesus. So, Abusian Koko be no amaton. And no abetete. No. No. You see that? Yes. There was no gold anywhere in my family that they sold for me. No. Grace here the moment do her. Any Peter of way. So who born you to come and create wahala? I don't want to know. But unfortunately, as we said, there are some people, they are men pleasers.
Yes.
They want to please everybody. Who cares about people? Because today they praise you, tomorrow they criticize you.
Yes.
Do your best. Love Jesus. And your family must be your priority. If for a man, your wife and children must be your priority. Because your duty is to protect them. Because of that, don't allow any intruder to steal your joy. No way. You must be able to stand side by side with your wife and protect it. That's your duty. And you allow somebody. So that we are not or baby. Okay, no way. I didn't want me to read to feel that.
So, Vicentia Aqua Hagan says, for in-laws, give them due respect, but limit them in your marriage decision making. So, as I think collectively, as you've all said, it's about drawing the boundaries, showing respect, and knowing when they can come in and when not, they shouldn't come in. And Yanin Adolfo is watching. So it's been hot, it's been interesting. We've had a lot of deep and insightful thoughts from our panelists here, and our guest. Want to go to the issue of argument or anger in relationship. How is that manageable in within the couples or as a young couple? Anger.
Anger
When you are
management.
angry,
When I'm angry,
Okay, what's the best way one can manage anger in a relationship? Keep quiet.
Yes, you have to always be quiet.
Always be quiet.
When you're angry, you don't have. That's what I see. Because if you talk, sometimes, Bishop,
You say hurtful things.
Yes.
So you keep quiet.
Sometimes you keep quiet. Maybe say, then you talk to your partner. Even me, sometimes I send message. I don't talk.
Wow.
That's
You're in the same house, but you send message.
Oh no, not in this. No, maybe later.
Oh, okay.
When I'm angry, sometimes I talk and I don't talk well.
Okay. Yes.
So if I don't want to talk, I just keep quiet and maybe send a message later.
Later on.
Yes.
Wow. That's a nice way.
managing anger.
Managing anger.
I think you are right.
Yeah.
The truth is that I can just add. Words are seed. Matthew 4. Words are seed. So be careful what you say, especially when you get angry. So that's what the Bible says. When you get angry, do not sin. Anger, in a way, is part of us. Anger itself is not bad, but aftermath of anger. When you get angry, what do you do? So if you are a young couple and you get angry, if possible, keep quiet. But if you want to speak, be careful what you say. Because words are seed. So they don't destroy a relationship. Auntie, I'm sure Auntie Esther want to say something.
We have all said it. We should also not forget that what triggers the anger. Exactly. If there's something that you do that your husband, your wife doesn't like, I think you need to consider that. And then you are good to go. But for me, if your husband is angry or your wife, the best thing is to keep quiet and walk away. Because if you don't take care, you might say something that will end up, if when you go to court and divorce, you realize that they are it's not like my husband was family. It's like petty things. That you see, exactly. Ni buofu no akasem ukra wo ye hwan anya we anka ye se medo na something. So then when you are angry, just keep quiet and walk away. Then later in the night, you can wake him up or her up and you discuss your issues.
Beautiful. Nice ways to manage anger from our panelists and our guest. Essential Hagan says anger is a difficult thing to manage, but it's best to keep quiet. We are all saying keeping quiet, but I am okay. All right, I understand. I was going to ask a question about keeping quiet and harboring issues in for a while. It becomes bitterness.
At first, I used to.
You talk over it.
I can keep something in me more than months. I don't talk to you. I don't talk to you. But I have tried to stop.
Wow.
Yes.
Me, I will talk over it.
Yes. I think that's the best thing to
I
do.
would
and
so
you
that
feel
I will
like-
be free.
When you do something, I can't keep quiet.
Is it that young couple is coming?
Okay.
Yes, it's better that you discuss about it. Don't say, "Enyeshe," then it is building up. Then one day,
Blast.
exactly.
Wow.
So you need to talk about it.
Talk about it.
So I'm sure psychologically, when your temper is very high, that material moment, silence is very important. But not keep on becoming silent too much. There must be a way you create avenue for you to open up. Because see what you did wasn't the best. But be careful about your approach to the wife or to the husband. Because for me, this is the only person you have. You can never underestimate him or her, despise her, use words that will make her like non-entity. But talk, for me, once I need to open up. Don't like harbor all the pains. Hey, you can die very fast. And so you can talk. But yes, that sometimes you need to be quiet. But as a man, if you're a man and you are living with a wife, young couple, you must be able to learn to ignore many things. Women are good, but they are a bit sophisticated. So you must be able to handle them with care.
Women are good. but
They are good, a bit sophisticated.
What do you mean?
Remember, you handle them with care. In other words, I'm listening to these career women and those out there. Good people, if you don't have them around you, life becomes a bit incomplete. But once a while, it's there. I sem. I don't make it. And my wife told me that I did there if you move back. Into the way I sem no. Opa, I point to be said. Say I'm back.
Okay. It's true.
It's true. Yeah.
It's true. I did different.
Easy. But are you saying as for the men? Technical man press. And I told you eyes. Oh, you're single. But that's the thing. So when I say sophisticated, that's what I mean.
Very well said. Okay.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
So in conclusion to what I just said, if you're a young man, the Bible says, young couple, you must have understanding. I saw who say a man who to be on day. I won't pay a crow. I is 7 to more. Yes, sir. That's all you get so
And one no.
What they are also the same. There's a jenny or mouse. I'm
a better for
and there is to see how interesting. Oh,
okay.
You are doing very well.
Interesting addition with this lovely people in here. Kwame Sechi says, while there are irresponsible and intruding in-laws who create problems in matrimonial homes, we can also count on very responsible, honest, and helpful in-laws. We can find an example in Exodus 18, verse 13 to 21. Yes. And then, thank you so much. Okay. And then, Avaga Jr. from Poma Presla says, Bishop, my guy once gave me a broken heart. That I went through much and later on apologized to me. But my question is, he wants me to forget about it, which I don't understand. But yet still, he gets angry over little things, which is confusing me a lot. What should I do? So this is from a single lady.
Well, it depends on what she meant by broken heart. Yeah. So,
okay.
I mean, what brought the broken heart? Was it disappointment? Was it because the guy
went to another lady?
Yeah. So for me, if I've not married a guy and he's giving you wahala, why would you continue?
Why would you stress yourself?
Stress yourself because this is no,
you know yet married.
Yes. For me, I'm surprised that some people in their days of gossip and dating, they are fighting, they are struggling. Then when you marry, it's going to be worse. Some people came to Mama and they were living together, partners. And then they came to church, so Mama canceled them. But they were fighting, and then they were expecting that when they marry, it will go. Oh, it was a deception. They married and they have double increase, heightened their relation. So my sister or my daughter or my niece, I don't expect you to stress yourself with a guy that has not married to you and is or no church.
At least by this time they should be pampering. Bishop, I want to give a scenario. For the challenges we've been speaking about now, I think are manageable and we've gotten solutions. Now for a couple, a young couple, and then the partner has a peculiar issue that is not very common to everyone, like anger, money management and all that, and cannot talk to anyone about it.
Like what?
Like let's say the husband or the wife is in a very high position and the man goes out, yes, to have another woman. And then because the woman wants to protect the image of the husband, cannot go and talk to just anyone about it. And has even, some people go to an extra mile to even threaten their partners, not to go out and tell anyone about it.
If they do, yeah.
So how can, see, there's some things that are not common that we may not.
Okay, so now this scenario, let him be more practical, realistic. there was this man of God in Nigeria. I don't want to mention his name, but you Google on the net, you can see. The scenario, listen, the man, genotype-wise, was AS.
Okay.
So after much prayer, he was looking for a young woman who happens to be AA, so that they can balance the equation. To cut a long story short, they got married. They have first daughter, Sikla. How?
Even though he had AA.
Yeah, but I'm coming. Sikla. What's happening here? And then they have a son who was AA. Then the man, this man has 40,000 congregation. He has his own aircraft. So investigation-wise, it come to the notice of the man that the woman was also AS, but she nicodemously negotiated with the doctor. So the second son wasn't from the man, wasn't for the pastor, but rather she went and slept with somebody. Okay, so when the pastor saw that, the pastor also went away and slept with somebody, and then also brought the child. Because if I am AS and you are AS, if I have an affair with you, our children go to SS. And if you have that kind of tenacity to go out there and bring a child, me too. Immediately the pastor brought the one that the woman said, for where? I'm going to expose you. I'm just giving this is practical. Last year. Wow. And the man said, be careful. I won't be careful. They bought house, millions of dollars in you. Be careful. I won't be careful. One day, the pastor came out in the open in front of 35,000 congregation. He said, from today, I'm not going to marry mama again. Wow. Why? And then all this, and I said, he explained.
Oh, Lord.
My wife deceived me. She was AS. She said AA. She went out, committed adultery, brought a child. Me too, I went out. But when I went out, I brought one. She wanted to threaten me. Now I have BP. I told her, don't try, now I can't take it anymore. I don't want to die. And watch it. Today, this man ministry is even growing bigger in South Africa. But the marriage is dissolved. I'm sure the last time I checked, it appears even the pastor is either getting married or he has married. Wow. So like the scenario, the man was in this position. So he wanted to protect his image. But this one there is too dicey. How then can a woman be so devil? And how also how a pastor, for me, if I was in his shoe, the best thing is if you can spell, don't write. For the pastor to go and bring a child is no.
Also wrong.
It's wrong completely. But Oba, I don't know what you're before say. But they are okay, this issue, they can't say it. But I was like, if the woman has, be a bit careful. Master, nobody can give us anything here. I'm in control. Okay, I hear you. I know your boss is there. I understand. Okay, but you see, the way you guys are talking, give us, I know our time is up, but I will just end and then let them give us final talk. So I'm saying that it is not easy for you to marry a man to this kind of status. And when something like that happens, whom are you going to talk to? But the way I see it, every human being, you must have a father figure, no matter your level. You must be able to have a confidant. Now, say me call waba fide. Hey, any person you. I said me who be that. The woman went and brought. The man also went and brought. And this is a true story. And I'm not here to judge this person, not at all. Just that. And some say, but if the woman had protected this issue according to the man, and can you never disclose? Now, how can you live such a life? Say, I want a home, I think say outside gentility, home cry. Right. And me sure say, when it doesn't matter whoever you have married to, when things are hard, you must have a way of talking to somebody. I'm sure the last time I checked, we told people here that in case you are hearing the sound of our voice and you are going through challenges, you can call us here and we can help you. Okay, let this daughter speak.
Thank you very much, Bishop. Priscilla says, thank you, Dad. Essential Aqua Hagan has asked a question. So we are going to use this to give our final
so
thoughts.
let them do the-
It's another problem is two masters in one ship. I know my right, not submitting to leadership from husband.
Okay, so,
So-
we have another problem for young couple.
Yeah, so we can use this to end our
Bishop,
program.
May, please, so submission. No? What is it about? because it seems like they say, I know you do anything, na bema bi wa I don't appreciate it. So I don't know what to do.
Submission.
Yes.
Well, for me, I would say that to submit is to have respect and value
Respect.
for each other. I listen to my wife; she listens to me. That's all.
That's all.
So it's the Bible says mutual submission. That's all. It's not like somebody is a master, somebody is a slave. No, we married. You listen to me, I listen to you. That's it. But then, to the woman or to the wife like you make sure your husband must be able to have most cases the final say. That's it.
Because it's really worrying. Some men, they want to keep quiet for them to tell you everything. Not what you're doing.
No, it doesn't work that way. That is also, I don't think that's
So
slavery.
if you talk, they say,
No, that is slavery. Submission doesn't mean that I will be quiet every day. No, you bring your mind. Hello, say, God bless you, my darling. But please, have you considered this one? I think if you do this one. So the tempo and the level, the way you talk. But if you talk, it doesn't mean that you are arrogant. You must talk. Because we are two. This is our team. Marriage is a team. So this submission thing simply means that, yes, some major decisions, my husband must have a final say. Some, it depends on the problem at hand. Apart from that, let's talk, let's dialogue. So submission doesn't mean that I must not express myself. No, that is slavery. In marriage, it must never happen. Talk to me, bring your ideas, but I also think that if you do this, for example, I listen to my wife, it doesn't mean that anything it tells me I do. No. Sometimes I say, if you are this one there, I'm not going to do that. Hey, I still value her. She still knows that we go. In some cases, I do. For example, at times I will just put something on that they are tired with the function. So now what I do is that, me if I will in China, because I need to, because when she say no, then you got to say no, because the truth is that you don't know everything. That's why you have married. She's there to help. So for me, submission is just say, Okasa, maybe me. That's not submission. For example, here in this place, we have directors who are in charge of this program. Once our Rebecca said, I'm in charge, but I'm not in charge. They are in charge. So even when we come to church, we need to beg the church that another month 5 minutes be. So we respect each other. So for me, respect is submission.
Okay, I think the Bible says, husbands, love your wife, wives, submit and respect. So to some men, respect or submission is from only the woman. Forgetting that it should be reciprocal, you understand? So if you understand that you need to respect me, I also need to respect me. You need to submit to me, I also need to submit. Then the marriage will go a long way, you understand? Okay, so in a nutshell, challenges are inevitable in every marriage. My challenge will be different from your challenge. But then when it happens, how are you going to handle it? It is something that must happen. You need to contend with. If you don't handle it well, it can create other anomalies. So then, when there are lots of challenges, you need to calm down. You can write down your issues. And then you sit down and then you try to solve it one after the other. And then if everything is cool, you can even start all over again. Like you have even started to get married. And then everything will be fine. And then if there's bigger challenges, you need to seek for counseling and then you are good to go.
But me, sometimes I believe the love comes first before submission. So if you love your wife, automatically she will submit.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
That one is also arguable and debatable because there's no condition.
Because if you love me, Bishop,
Say, the Bible didn't say if. The Bible say, Augusta, hello, sir, to Miss anymore. That is the Bible. And here, hello to That's the Bible. But you have a point anyway. But in the Bible, there's no condition. It's not easy to submit to an arrogant, irresponsible husband. But you don't have a choice. Aware. But we'll be at the anyway.
Well. So drawing the curtains down, this has been Family Matters, and we've been talking about the challenges of the young couple. We've highlighted on a couple of them: anger management, communication, finances, balancing responsibilities, and a whole lot. And I'm sure you watching us have taken your take in each one of them. So as they have finally said, each one of us will have their own challenges, as in the marriage. But the issue is with how you are going to manage it when they come. So we pray for strength for every couple, every young couple, and having any challenge. May God come to your aid and help you through it all. So let's be reminded that tomorrow we are having joint service here at Peace Chapel International. It's 7 to 11 a.m. in the morning. So do well to join us here. It's a harvest time. Come prepared and come with an expectation from God. I want to remind you that on God willing, from Monday to Saturdays, we have Divine Encounter, which takes place every 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. live on Facebook. That is Ghana time. It's a time of prayer and intercession on behalf of each one of us and for the country and the world at large. We have Peace Online Bible School every Monday and Thursdays at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Ghana time. Watch our Father and other ministers of God teach us in-depthly into the Word of God, the Bible. If you are a Christian and want to know much about the Word of God, do well to join us on Peace Online Bible School. And then Family Matters will come your way again on Saturday at 7 p.m. and we are ready to redefine your homes. We will be coming back bigger and better, and I'm sure that you enjoy the show once again. God bless you. Thank you so much for coming. We say a very big thank you to Mrs. Esther Chebafo for joining us here on Family Matters tonight, and Mrs. Augusta Nimo for doing well to also come here, and to our bishop. God bless you so much for honoring our invitation. We say thank you. It's been insightful and interesting. Thank you so much. God bless you for watching, viewers. God bless you. Thank you. Bye.
Amazing web.
Ebenezer! Ebenezer! The God you serve is a rewarder and a recorder. Revelation 22:12. In this world, anything can happen to somebody. Therefore, if you are standing, be careful. Don't mind your mockers. Mind your God. Make Jesus your source. Don't make decision without him. Believe in God. If you don't keep your hope alive, you can never develop your faith. Anybody who use any charm or witch doctor